Hi guys, it's Yvette-Michelle from Crafted Spaces. I have had quite a bit of my students ask about our patterns and where we find them, and also how we go about selecting the patterns that we choose for some of the classes that we do. We also have obviously lots of different projects that we work on here at the studio at Crafted Spaces, and this has become also the ongoing question with regard to either our sew-alongs or anything that we sort of post. And I decided basically one of the best things might be to share with you guys some of the patterns that we have in the studio and some of the ones that we either order either online or some of the ones that I get through wholesale. So recently I received a shipment from the Butterick McCall website, and one of the things that I really love about the Butterick McCall website is that you can basically see a huge range of different patterns at various skill levels. You have the opportunity to go through their catalog for both Butterick, McCall, Vogue, as well as the quick sew patterns, which means that you can have an order that you can place with different patterns at different skill levels with different types of sewing techniques that are involved. So the patterns I'd like to share with you guys today is from a recent order that I placed. I placed this order around the 29th of July and it came in around August 9th. So that sort of gives you the time period for how long it takes to ship. And I mean, I'm in Canada, so of course it depends, I guess, if you are in the United States and where you're ordering from, that will make a big difference on that as well. One of the things that I like about it is that I was able to order quite a bit of patterns, and of course my shipping and handling, even with that included and the exchange rate, the patterns still came out to a really good price. So it's one of those things to consider, especially if you think you'll be ordering more than one pattern, because then of course it makes it more cost effective for you. This is one of the reasons why I suggest if it's something that maybe you'd progress to, if you feel like you have gotten the confidence to work on a different projects and you want to try it out. One of the things that I like also about the platform, as I mentioned before, is that it gives you an option to preview the patterns as well as the details before you order it. So again, if you are not comfortable ordering online and you'd like to sort of approach the pattern purchasing process, in person, then I suggest going to your local fabric store or pattern supply shop. So the first pattern I'd like to share with you guys is a quick sew pattern, and this one here is K4172, and I just wanted to show you guys this one here. It's a really simple beginner project type pattern. What I like about this pattern is the fact that I can potentially wear something like this throughout the year. I'm one of those persons that really like to layer my clothing pieces. So even though it is essentially a summer dress, it's something that I would potentially make out of like a lightweight denim, and then I would wear underneath something. So it really depends on what your preferences are regarding your clothing, but I really liked this particular pattern. I'm actually looking forward to trying this one out. The next pattern that I wanted to share with you guys that I got in the recent haul was a McCall's M7163, and as you can see, there's the number for the pattern here, right? So if you're new to pattern buying, that's what you're looking for. And this particular pattern has several different views, so you can see sort of a gypsy style blouse. And what I really liked about this as well is that, it's great obviously for the summer. We're almost getting close to the end of summer, but it's something that even if I don't wear it this summer, I'll definitely wear it for the next summer. And I also spend quite a lot of time in the Caribbean, so it's one of those things that I think no matter what, I'll get some use of between now and next summer. Again, there's lots of fabrics that you can also use to make one of these. So this is another reason why I selected this particular pattern. The next pattern is also a McCall pattern, and this is a pants pattern, and it's M6901. And you'll sort of notice the kind of pattern there where M is the beginning code for the McCall one, and we have K for the ones that were quick sew. So this particular pants pattern, I'll just show you that, all right, has a really nice style, very slim silhouette, and I'm really looking forward to trying this one out as well. The next pattern that I wanted to show you guys is another quick sew pattern. This is one that we have recently done a sew along for. We're still yet to post it on our website, or on our blog, I should say. This is a 4057. There you are. And it's very summery, of course. This is one of those summer dresses that I think you can sort of wear very easily over and over again each year. So there's lots of versatility for something like this. You can, as you can see, there's two views, one's shorter, one's longer. This pattern was one of the ones that I've been reviewing as an option for our beginner sewing class. So it's one of the ones that you would probably see if you're taking one of our classes at the studio here. The pattern is really super easy and simple to follow, and again, I'll be sharing more about that on our blog at some point in the near future, hopefully. This particular pattern is perfect for lightweight cottons such as voiles, and it's just a beautiful, simple, and easy project to put together. So I actually had the pattern originally and ended up ordering a few more of them for our studio so that we have it available for our students for classes. The next pattern that I have is actually a Vogue pattern, and this is Vogue 9108. I've actually wanted to try this pattern for some time now, and there you go. It just seems to have a really fun, funky feel to this particular pattern. There's actually a sort of a t-shirt as well as leggings as well as two different styles for the dresses that's part of this pattern. This is a great example of value when you order online, because this particular pattern was something like $33 if I had bought it at my local Fabricland, I think it was, or local pattern store. And with purchasing it online, there was a significant savings on that. And I think what they normally do at the local Fabricland or store that we have here is they take like a 40% off the manufacturer's labeled prices, so something like $19. And if you have a membership, then you may be able to get an additional discount on it. But what I've found is that, again, this was a perfect one to purchase online and made the whole purchasing completely worth it. But again, I'm looking forward to trying this. This is meant to be an average scale pattern, so I'm quite curious to see how it comes together, and it's wanting to use a little bit of a stretch knit material as well as what it's calling for. So we'll see how that comes together. The next pattern I have is very similar to one of the ones I showed you previously, which is sort of a gypsy style, except that it has a slightly different neckline and of course the way the sleeves are done. So even though it's very similar in the type of styling, I still really wanted to try and compare essentially the two patterns and see which one would be better for us to include in one of our classes. So we have the McCalls 7325. So there you are. And as you can see on this one here, there's that little circle that says easy, kind of giving you a sense of the skill level that's going to be required for putting this together. A lot of the patterns that we bring in our studio are meant to be between the beginner to intermediate level, because that's where most of our students are at. We do have a few advanced classes, and then some of those patterns, of course, are the ones that are a little bit more tailored and have a little bit more techniques involved. But something like this would be really fun, I think, for anyone to try. So some of the other patterns that I got, for example, I also got a See and Sew, sorry. It's sort of a beginner Butterick pattern. It's 6273, right? And this is a very easy pattern. It's a pajama style, in terms of you have your pajama pants, and then you have two different views for the tops. So if you were developing your sewing skill, it might be one of those to try, where maybe you initially make the pajama pants, and then as you sort of progress, you can try one or two of the top pieces. I'm personally curious to try it again for something that we can incorporate into our beginner sewing class as a possible pattern choice. One of the other things that I did was I also ordered multiples of some of the patterns that you see. So the shipment I got had several patterns in some of the styles I've already showed you, and the pattern numbers I already showed you. I also received a pattern for an accessory piece, which is a quick sew pattern 4185. And this is a little bag, a little sort of laundry slash drawstring bags. And these I thought were super cute because, of course, with summer or camping, like my family and I are going to be traveling and going camping soon. And I thought something like this would be a really fun project to try. So not all of the patterns I have are clothing or sewing ones. One of the other patterns that I was able to get online as well is also another Vogue pattern, and that's 8876. This here is a really cute pattern, and even though there's lots of pieces and components to this pattern, it is an easy pattern. So again, I'm really curious to try this out and to see if it's something that we can potentially include. It is an online dress, but there's, as I said, there's lots of great details to it, and I'm hoping it's one of the ones that we can add to one of our classes. We have, of course, 2 garment construction classes plus a skirt making class, which I guess is the 3rd garment construction class. But the 2 garment construction ones in particular addresses how to put together a dress. And this has some really cool and fun details that I think might be a good idea to think about. One of the final pattern that we got is a McCall pattern, and this is 7129, and we have had this pattern before in our class. We've used it as one of the options for our skirt making class, and it is this really fun pattern. There are 2 different styles of wrap skirts as part of this pattern, because you can see the different views. It is, as you can also say, it says a learn to sew for fun on it. So it's one of those patterns that's really meant to help you develop your sewing skills. There isn't a lot of techniques. There's a few darts in there. We use bias binding on one of the views, and in terms of one of the views as well, it's sort of a double-sided skirt. So you can use it on either side. You can flip it and have basically 2 in 1 skirt. So again, a really fun option, and something that we have actually tested in our studio previously for a couple different students that have tried this. So I thought I would try it again and perhaps even share a project hopefully in the future with you guys on making one of these. Again, one of those patterns that even though it comes across as a summer pattern, would also be quite versatile, you know, throughout the year as a, you know, skirt that you can wear, I think, throughout the year, maybe with leggings in the fall and winter. So I hope that you guys have gotten something from my sharing these really great patterns with you. As I said, we will be having hopefully more of these types of videos to share with you what we're working on here at Crafted Spaces and the kind of patterns that we have available as well. We personally carry some birder patterns, so hopefully for the next video I will share with you some of those. But these are really great patterns that you can find, as I said, at your local fabric store, or online directly from McCall Butterick's website. So thank you guys so very much. I look forward to hearing your comments, and please let me know what you think. Bye.